Hi, welcome to Balance Your Life. I'm Debbie Peterson, founder of the Wellness Gala. About 16 years ago, I was introduced to holistic modalities, which were desperately needed in my family at the time. The results changed my life. My mission then became to educate the public about these holistic modalities and how they can work in conjunction with traditional medicine. I started Wellness Gala events nationally because I really wanted to share what I had learned with as many people as possible. When the pandemic hit, stress and anxiety had never been higher. We could no longer have our events to spread the word about these options at a time when people really needed them the most. So my team and I developed a TV show. Each week, we'll be bringing you experts in the fields of holistic modalities, integrative medicine, healthy food, beauty, and wellness. So join me, along with my team, Barb and Deana, and celebrity guest host Concetta Bertoldi, a New York Times bestselling author and renowned medium. Hi everyone, we're here in downtown Montclair at the Eclectic Chic Boutique, and I'm with Kristen, one of the owners, and Barb's actually going to be with the other owner, Miles, and we're going to give you a tour of their fabulous place. They have so many great products here. We're so excited. So Kristen, thanks for being with us today.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Yes, absolutely. So this is an amazing space. It's filled with all kinds of great products.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes. So where do we start with? How did you get started with this? What gave you the idea?
So I started probably many years ago. I was originally a jewelry maker.
Okay.
And I kind of made jewelry in my spare time, and it was just kind of a great creative outlet for me.
Yeah.
And at one point I made so many pieces that someone suggested I should try selling my pieces. So me and my partner Miles, we started doing different craft shows and different events, and I would meet and network with different artists while I was at these different events. One of the things I noticed is that a lot of artists at these events, they didn't have a lot of resources sometimes to really get out there and push their product. They had full-time jobs, they had other types of obligations, and we had a pop-up shop briefly in Montclair, and we just kind of started outgrowing the space, and we ended up getting our own dedicated space here in Montclair about 4 years ago.
So how many artists do you have? Or
we have up to 40 artists here in the store.
wow, okay, amazing. So what are some of the things you want to tell us about?
So we carry a wide variety of different products. So we carry skincare and beauty care products. We have jewelry, accessories, upcycle clothing.
And you said you have a skincare line. Are we standing in front of that?
That's one of the multiple skincare lines, because one of the reasons why we work with different multiple vendors in different categories is that different people come to us kind of discover their own unique taste, their own style, and we try to provide like a wide variety.
That's wonderful.
So that we could cover different bases.
So Miles, tell us about these fabulous products you have here and what they are.
Here we have our Smash Bombs, which if you look there, you can see a wooden mallet that comes with it. Reason being, these are chocolate shells with candy inside. So you take your wooden mallet and bam! It's like a piñata that you can eat.
Oh my gosh, that's fabulous. That would be like great for someone who's got anger issues. You could take and smash it and eat what's inside.
I was thinking small children, but that works too. These are infused marshmallows, infused with Irish cream, stout beer, and bourbon whiskey. Now, we have titled this Flavors for Father, but I'm going to let you in a little secret. This product is gender neutral.
Yes, gender neutral, and I would love them. These bags are absolutely gorgeous. Can you tell me and tell our audience about these bags?
So these bags from Jules Collection are genuine Italian leather. They're all her original designs, and what's really exciting about these is that 20% of the proceeds from these products go to her personal charity, Pink for Africa, which is dedicated to helping women in Africa and the United States battle and be educated about breast cancer.
Wow, that's fabulous. I would love one of these, but my daughter would also love one of these, so they're really for anybody.
I'd love one of these.
Yeah,
so
right?
The math checks out.
Yeah, everybody would love one of these. And they're genuine leather?
Genuine Italian leather.
Wow, that's fabulous. They're beautiful.
Here we have our CBD gummies. These are actually gummies. We're down to our last one. It's the strawberry lemon drop flavored. Now, the nice thing about something like a gummy is that it is a single dose, meaning you don't have to measure it out yourself. So because it's been pre-measured, if you're not familiar with CBD, You don't have to worry, am I having too much, am I having too
Right,
little?
right.
As opposed to our oils, where, so this is CBD oil bound to a vegetable oil. It has to be bound to an oil, otherwise your body cannot process it. It's the reason it always comes in that form. We have it in a tea form. We do also have our CBD infused chocolate. Now,
Wow.
Yes. Now the thing about chocolate is that it has natural caffeine, and caffeine works by speeding up your heart rate, which means the CBD is going to go through your system more quickly, so it'll affect you faster. We also have our CBD infused honeys.
Look at these honeys.
Perfect for teas, perfect for spreading on a cracker. And these in particular also have other ingredients for additional effects, including the immune boosters, one to help you get to sleep, one for energy, and it's all natural, all good. So this artist, name is Juanita, goes by the company Nitwan Designs, is both a jewelry crafter and a certified Reiki practitioner.
Wow.
So
Beautiful.
if you can see there, she does her own wire wrapping work, copper core wire, in order to better conduct the energies. So people come in here if they're looking for, Reiki charged items specifically to help them with various needs. One of the popular ones are, we have her single stone gems, or even the multi-stone ones.
These have all the chakra stones
Yes,
on them. Yeah.
that's a nice touch. So if you need, specific help with an aura, these can help with them. And her specialty sound bowls.
Yeah, let's pull one of these up.
Yes, yes. Let's give that a ring. Yeah.
So there's different sounds, obviously, with the different size bowls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the power of acoustics.
Wow. Yeah, the power of sound.
So Kristen, tell us, I know you do a lot of classes here as well.
Yes, in addition to helping vendors sell their products, we also give them an opportunity to be able to teach classes and host special events.
That's great.
I'm here with Susan, who is a regular customer here. And Susan, tell us what it is that you love about this fabulous boutique.
Well, the thing I would say that brought me here originally was the friendly, approachable owner, and the fact that there are so many different items that you can select from. I have done almost all my Christmas shopping and holiday shopping. Anything that you're interested in, or almost anything, Kristen, with her connection to the artist community, will set up lessons for you in her studio in the back, and I have taken advantage of a lot of those things.
So Kristen, this is wonderful. Thank you for showing us around the store and all the amazing products you have.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, and tell everybody how they can find out more about you.
So you could definitely find us if you go onto Google and type in the Eclectic Chic Boutique. We'll definitely pop up. You could also come to us directly through our website, theeclecticchicboutique.com, and you can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you again. So everybody come out and shop because you'll love it here. Hi, everyone. Here we are with Barb. Barb, what are you going to make for us today?
So today I'm going to show you how to make an apple, dried cherry, and walnut oatmeal.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so the ingredients are, and Deb, I'm going to give it to you and you're going to pour it into the
I'm ready.
oatmeal. So this is 2 cups of old-fashioned oats, and this is 2 apples that have been peeled and chopped up. I used Granny Smith. You can use any kind of baking apple will work. We have a 1/2 cup of walnuts, and again, if you have allergies, you can omit the nuts. You don't have to have them, but we're going to use them today.
Okay.
And this is a 1/2 cup of dried cherries. You can use cranberries if you want, but my sister Dee is the one who taught me about these cherries, and they are delicious.
Okay.
Then we also have a 1/3 cup of brown sugar.
All right.
Throw that in there. Move these out of your way for you.
All right.
And then in here, I have 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt.
Great.
So you stir and I'll just put this on top in there.
Great.
So we're mixing up all of our dry ingredients.
Okay.
And then the last ingredient we're going to put in here is the zest of 1 orange. So I've already got it in my zester.
And I'm going to mix all that up
And
too.
just mix that
Okay,
right in there as
great.
well. And then for the liquid top, we are going to be using 1 cup of almond milk, 1 cup of apple cider, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and 1 egg. So you pour this right into a dish that you have sprayed or buttered, a 2-quart baking dish. Shake it up a little bit. Now I'm going to mix these together and pour on top. So I put together all of the wet ingredients, just using a little whisk. Then you pour this right on top of the oatmeal. What really makes this good is mixing the milk with the apple cider. I know that might not sound appetizing.
Smells great.
But it's what makes it really delicious. Then we're going to take some butter. I know this is a health show, but a little bit of butter makes everything better. Put this on top. And that's it. Now you can put it in the oven at 375 for 35 minutes.
Wonderful. Well, thanks, Barb.
I have one to show us.
Okay.
It's time to unwind at Harmony Within Massage Therapy, located in Westwood, New Jersey. Relieve your headaches, stress, and pain with one of our many massage, skincare, and acupuncture services. Our professional staff are committed to improving your wellness in a calming atmosphere. Treat yourself to a customized session today at Harmony Within Massage Therapy. And use promo code WELLNESS for 15% off your next visit.
Hi, I'm Joan from Modern Acupuncture in Florham Park. Do you have allergies, stress, pain, or just want to feel better? If so, acupuncture, the ancient Eastern medicine, might be your answer. Acupuncture treats those issues and helps your body heal itself. Visit today for our $59 introductory special, which includes your first treatment. Feel amazing, be amazing. Modern Acupuncture in Florham Park. We just might be the answer to your newfound health and happiness. Modern Acupuncture in Florham Park, next to Trader Joe's.
Today's guest is Dr. Christine Dolahan, who is a PhD in psychology. She's an energy healer and focuses on the journey of motherhood. So welcome, Dr. Christine.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So tell us what all this is, your journey of motherhood.
Yeah, so I help women on the journey of motherhood. So whether they're wanting to conceive, they're having fertility issues, they're in pregnancy or, postpartum, and suffer from doubt, anxiety, fear, sort of heal, reconnect with themselves, see the grander picture and just lead a life of more joy, more, happiness and prosperity.
That's great.
Yeah.
Everybody needs that
that's one.
when
Can
they're
you help with morning sickness as well? Is that something that you can?
Well, we can do energy healing on
Right.
it for sure.
I'm
and
sure that helps.
There's a lot of alternative things that you can do.
Right.
I really focus on the energy healing and the coaching piece. And in the coaching piece, we can talk about, what can I do alternatively? There's obviously allopathic treatments out there, Unisym and whatnot.
Right.
But, ginger tea can help, other things. And so definitely I can help with that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish you were around when I was having
I know.
mine.
Me too. Yeah. Do you want to tell us a little bit more how you work with the journey, if you, start out with fertility and walk us through?
Sure. So, my practice really came to be through my own journey.
Okay.
My husband and I tried, not for super long, but for about a year to conceive. And towards the end, everybody around me was getting pregnant and I wasn't. And we were this close to getting IVF. And I was like, no, let me try one more thing. And I contacted a spirit baby reader. And she was saying, there's 3 spirit babies around you. And the first one, you know what it is? And I'm like, I think it's a girl. And she was like, yes, it's a girl. And she's going to come to you very soon. And so, I meditated one day and I heard this voice in my head and it was saying, Mommy, I'm coming to you soon. So sure enough, a month later I was pregnant and it was a girl, my 2-year-old now.
Wow. Right. And another one on the way.
Right. And so I loved my pregnancy, but during my pregnancy journey, I realized a lot of moms are, including me, were very doubtful, fearful, especially with the first pregnancy. Is everything going right? And I realized people are, especially women, are not trusting their own instincts enough. They're not listening to their own bodies and they're not listening to the spirit babies, the souls that are incarnating, because they are, know? And every time I would get very, very fearful, I would ask my daughter and be like, is everything okay? And she'd be like, yes, Mommy, everything's okay.
Oh, wow, that's odd.
And she would come through in dreams and, and just tell me, what she would like and how she would like to, start out her life and all of that. And so as I was on Facebook, seeing all these women, being doubtful and fearful just like me, but me being able to shift back, I was like, there's a real need out there. There's a real need for people to have somebody to guide you through and be like, no, let's shift out of the ego, let's shift out of the fear, and let's go into the love, which pregnancy, motherhood is such a sacred, mystical experience. And, and I saw that a lot of moms were, more set in the fear around, just the pregnancy and then the birth. So then, I had a wonderful birth to an extent. My after birth was somewhat traumatic. In birth, I really feel like we are never going to get closer to death than birthing a baby.
Wow.
We're literally opening the door, to where souls, I see it as a revolving door, like you, as a mom, you open the door for soul to come in, and as a death doula, you help them lead the way out. And so I was like, wow, what a mystical experience. And I birthed my daughter, and it was very mystical. I'm not going to lie, it was painful too, but really the pain started being more of a blissful experience. And then the end piece of, birthing my daughter was really the postpartum, and the postpartum was very hard for me.
And a lot of women have that. That's really tough. And they don't get help, the help that they need, a lot of them.
And that's really when I was like, no, I need to refocus, because I was doing energy healing before that and coaching. I was like, but this is the niche. This is where I want to focus. Because all there was for me was allopathic medicine and therapy, which I think is wonderful. I'm very much an integrative practitioner.
Yes.
But there was this missing piece of like, well, there's also energy healing out there. There's also acupuncture. There's also diet. There's also these other things that we can do to increase hormones and to,
work
and
with
to help
traditional
the stress.
And
medicine.
nobody tells us these things.
No,
we don't
not
know.
really.
It's not in any book. It's,
Well, I think it's more available now. We're a little
more
older. Our
available
kids
now,
are
but-
older, but yeah.
But not when we were having children.
No, not really.
Yeah,
And
so-
I know a lot of friends that suffered, had postpartum, probably didn't even know that that's what they had at the time. So
Right, and it was
Yeah,
very
so
taboo.
yeah.
Also.
Every mother should have this, I think, now.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So it's almost like a different kind of being a midwife
In some ways, yes, it is.
in a different.
Absolutely. In some
way.
ways it is. It's
Yeah.
more like a spiritual midwife.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yes,
great.
I like that.
And this
That's
is how I
amazing.
like to coin myself, a spiritual midwife, because I help these spirit babies come through to their moms and
Right.
help the moms be, at their best, be whole and
great.
and see the motherhood journey not just as a spiritual but one of healing. And and as we heal, we awaken in our divinity, which as moms we are goddesses, just like dads are gods.
Right.
It's a beautiful creative process of bringing another soul through into their
Right.
body, and so that's really what I'm about, what my practice is about.
I love that. Sounds so nice and peaceful. Didn't really think
does.
that way when
Yeah.
I...
And I love the idea that you're talking with the baby as well, with the
Yeah,
baby's
that's great.
soul.
Connect-
That's,
yeah,
that's
I love that.
fabulous.
Yes, and I think that makes me different from other practitioners, because there's coaches out there working with moms and all that,
Okay.
but I'm really focused on the spirit baby realm. I communicate with them. There's been a lot of communication there's a lot of high energy, high consciousness, souls wanting to come through.
Right.
And they need their moms to know that they're there and that they want to come through a conscious body and into a conscious family.
That's great.
And
Like
knowing
saying hello before you meet.
Right, exactly. And spirit babies will actually float around and try to find their mommies and pick out
Wow,
mommies and
really?
choose different moms. Oh yes, my daughter, when she was in spirit, she told me, she was like, Mommy, I looked at several moms, but I thought you were the best for me in this incarnation. And I was like, when I talked to my daughter even this morning, I was like, I'm so grateful you chose me.
Oh,
I'm so grateful you chose me. So yeah.
Great.
All right. That is amazing. And you also do some other work. You don't just work with moms, correct?
I don't just work with moms.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about that.
I work with really people of all, people that also don't identify with, the motherhood journey. So, whether you're, a man, a younger person, somebody who's maybe, already outside of the motherhood journey, grandma or, whatever else. I do this similar things. I obviously don't work with spirit babies, but I will work with their, guidance, their divine guidance, ancestors, whoever might be around them that guides them. And I will do coaching and energy healing to come back to wholeness and essentially awakening, because that's what healing is awakening out of our ego personalities.
Right. Well, that's
great.
amazing.
Yeah.
So when is it that you realize that you have this gift to speak with spirit babies and do energy healing? Were they two different times even?
I feel like I've always had it my entire life. I remember my own birth. I remember coming into this life.
Really?
And as a child, it was very disorienting because my mom would be like, "No, that was a dream," and I'm like, "Mommy, that wasn't a dream. It was very different." And I remember it even to this day as if it happened yesterday, which in some ways it did, right?
Right.
And so as a young child, I saw spirits. I could intuit things, and it always kind of stuck with me. This, birth, death, that was always a theme with me. And, but it was kind of, unfortunately, like with a lot of young kids, moms are dismissing it and they're like, that's not real. Because it doesn't fit into our society.
Right.
And so, it took me a while in my early 20s, I started realizing I'm very empathetic and I keep telling people things that just come to pass.
Right.
And at first I didn't really trust it, but then more and more people came back to me and were like, "Do you do readings? Can we can we like have a reading?"
That's great.
And so that's kind of how it developed.
And you use everything together, really. For me, if you come to my healing practice, there's a whole spectrum of things that I will use. I will use
That's
yoga,
great.
Ayurveda, and I really
Reiki.
Reiki.
So it's customized. It's customized to the person and what their
Completely.
experience. Right.
Completely.
I love that. I think
Yes.
it's fantastic.
Yes.
Well, tell us, how can people find out more about you?
Yeah, you can find out more about me on my website, numinousmama.com.
Okay.
Or healingmoontherapies.com.
Okay, wonderful. All right. Well, so everybody be sure to check her out. And thank you, Dr. Christine, for being with us today and sharing all this. It's wonderful.
It's wonderful. It is.
Yeah.
Great
Thank
to
you
meet
for having me.
Absolutely. And we'll be right back.
Do you suffer from headaches, stiff, sore joints, digestive disorders, recurring infections, emotional stress, or sleepless nights? Try Enzyme Nutrition. It's scientific, personalized, and has no side effects. Visit Susan Richter, RN, at nextlevelhealing.com. Read her reviews or reach out directly at 973-586-0626 to learn more.
Hi, we're here chatting with Concetta, and we're going to be speaking about racism from a spiritual viewpoint today. Concetta, I know this is something you're really passionate about.
I am.
And I really can't wait to hear. I know we talked about it a little bit, but I want you to have a platform to really talk about this and see.
Well, thank you so much. Well,
Absolutely.
first of all, the subject has gotten so completely crazy, as we all know.
Yes.
And I just believe that racism has been around since the beginning of time. And it doesn't apply to just one single person or race. Everyone on this earth has experienced racism of one form or another. Every group, every religion, at one time or another. If everyone knew what I knew, which is this, every one of us on earth in human form has been here before. And we've been born here before. Every race, creed, color, gender, we've all been here different times.
Right. All
So,
differently.
yeah, I have this firsthand from people that I know who study past life, and there have been many recollections of people who recall being in a past life, being of a different race, of a different color. This falls on every single person in terms of who's experienced racism. There's not just one group. Every one of us somewhere in time has experienced it. I mean, everybody might want to say my case is more important than your case, but I'll tell you another example. My mother and father were from two different religious backgrounds, and one was Italian, one was Irish. In their heyday, which was in the 40s, the Irish side of the town didn't socialize with the Italian side of the town. And they had all kinds of different horrible, ugly words to describe each other. Be proud of everything you are. It's your history. It's where you came from. And why isn't anybody talking about that? Why is everybody afraid to say this out loud? I'm not afraid. I'm talking about it because I really believe in it. Because we really should be proud of everything we are. And everyone else, we should be proud of them too, because we're all of the same human race. This color isn't from outer space, and that religion isn't from another place. We're all the same.
And isn't that kind of the point? I mean, I've read, I read about the past life thing. Yes, you could come as a man, a woman, brown, black, white, whatever you want to be. Whatever you choose, I guess, to go into that lifetime.
The decision is made on where it's made on the other side. Who knows? But I believe in that too, because, I've met people in my lifetime that are horribly racist. And you have to look at them and think to yourself, where did they come from? What made them that way? And then I go even further and I say, I wonder if in a past life they experienced something and now they're coming back this lifetime.
Well, that's what I was going to kind of say, right? And then you get to experience that.
It's a big picture. It's a big picture.
Well, we need to celebrate being human. How about that? How about that? We're all human. We're all one, no matter what color, religion, race, whatever you are.
And I just want to add this, Barb. I want to live now and do the best I can. And give out what I want back in return. That's how I feel.
We also have to stop teaching racism, because a lot of it, that's what happens is you grow up in a racist household and then you become racist. So it's got to stop.
I would like to see, if I had my dream come true, I would like to see a politician who stood up and pulled the races together, or somebody who was in some sort of leadership, who had a big audience and could say, listen, folks, let's pull it together. And I think that it would be starting with somebody who was totally biracial from many different things, whether they were an American Indian and Jewish now, and they had all these things in their background, and said, hey, listen, I like to go to the ceremonies when my Indian relatives are doing their ceremonies out west, and I also like to spend Hanukkah with my Jewish I mean, be proud of it all. You shouldn't have to pick one and then say the others don't count. Everything counts.
And here's another thing. Don't let it bother you.
Why
does it bother you? What do you care if someone's black, gay, Jewish, whatever?
You know why, baby? Because people, it's easier to be negative than it is to be positive.
Which we're going to totally talk about, especially, again, from the spiritual perspective. Like,
you
about
find
negativity.
You'll find when people are just even talking in groups about things that are going on in their lives. Most people aren't turning around and talking about this wonderful stuff that's been happening all week. Most people find they're talking about the negative things. And the negative things that happen to somebody else. I don't know why it's that way.
It is, though.
It is,
people,
right? There's shows about all this negativity.
The news. The sensationalism of the negative.
I say, why don't we have... There should be a show that should be taking on people that talk about the most wonderful things that are happening in the world, that have these testimonies to say, well, I was out there, my car broke down, and I'm white, and the first person to stop and help me was this beautiful African-American person. And why don't we hear about that story? Why don't we hear people talking about this African-American person saying, listen, I was out the other day, and I lost my thing, and all of a sudden I just had this person who came up to me who was either, whatever they were, and there was a difference between them, and said, listen, don't worry about it. I got the money. Take it, pay your thing, and have a good day.
And these things do happen.
They do.
These things do
There's
happen.
There's actually a show on
don't
Channel 12. It's called On a Positive Note.
Is that
which
right?
I watched a couple times. Yes.
Oh, I'd love to
I
see
know
that.
they do.
Well, then they should put it on big screen, prime time, because these are the things that are inspirational and that will change our world for the better.
Yes, and we want everybody to come together. So thank you, ladies, and thank you for watching this week, and we will see you next week as we chat again with Concetta.
The Eclectic Boutique in downtown Montclair has handmade items locally sourced from area artists and entrepreneurs. It's the perfect place to shop for unique gifts such as one-of-a-kind jewelry, clothing, crystals, and organic skin and food products, plus much, much more. This charming store has something special for everyone, so stop in today or visit our website to see our merchandise and learn about classes and event offerings.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the show. See you next week on Balance Your Life.